Hey, we're back out into the wild. It's blowing a gale now. Aye, definitely a change out in the open. Oh, time to wrap up a bit. It's snowing and blowing a gale. Hey, Rooney lad. Sunday morning, about 11 o'clock, and I'm up in Northumberland at Harwood Forest, with my mate Roney. We're going to be going in doing a hammock camp. As you can see, we've got a big massive storm hitting England at the minute. What's the name of the storm again? I can't remember the name of the storm. I'll put it up on the screen anyway. I can't remember the name of it. It's not too bad actually. Seen the sun break in the clouds earlier on the way up. It's about a 45-minute drive from where Roney lives and where I live, sorry, as well. But anyway, I've just pulled up. I was getting myself organised, and then we're going to have a walk into there. It's a new location for me. I've never been before. Roney's been up and done it overnight up here. I think Damien comes up here quite a lot as well, the fell wanderer. So it's going to be a buzz. As you can see, it's canny breezy, but we're going to be sound out with it. We aye. The happy days. That's the Yeti gets for. Bring on the adventure. Eyes plus be wild Yetis here as well. So we'll be doing a bit of woo woo. And a bit of banging on trees and that in the middle of the night. Not that you'll hear while the wind noise like, but we'll see what it's like when we get in there anyway. Alright, see you in a bit. Well, it's not too bad, the wind in here, actually zero wind, so happy days. So we'll just come up the main track. Now we're just going to follow this little fire breakdown. Obviously must be other people that come down here and all, like there's a few footprints, but yeah, skirt down here a bit and then either go left or right into the main woods, find something. Looks quite dark in there, so we'll see how it goes. And anyway, we'll find a nice area, even if we'll dump our Bergens somewhere and then just go in, do a quick recce and come back and get our Bergens. Oh, happy days, happy days. And it's actually quite warm as well. Bergens a little bit on the heavy side, but it's manageable, so especially for the kit I've got it in anyway. Roney's is a bit lighter than mine, but he's also got his bag here. Aye, rubbish everywhere. We'll get it on the way back, mate. Bloody cans and that. Some people just have no respect for it. What I don't realise is it's easier to carry it out than what it is to carry it in. But anyway, I'm not going to be having a morning video, so catch you in a bit. Right, we've just come off the main clearing into another little bit. But as we've come in, we've just found loads of heavy duty bin bags lying around. So we're going to collect these up and we're going to use them, because I'm loving this area and I can feel a shelter build coming on for tonight. Ho ho, happy days. There's loads of moss and everything everywhere, plenty of deadfall. Obviously we're not going to camp near this bit, we're just doing a recce at the minute. We've dumped our Bergens up there, about 300 metres up the track there, like, just stashed them, and we're just out doing a recce down here now. But Rooney's just away down the bottom there, and we're just going to splinter off down to the left a bit. But I'll get these bags on the way back and we'll be using them. Might make a little shelter tonight to sit under in front of the fire. Happy days. But aye, all this moss everywhere, so there's plenty of it to use, and it goes all the way in as well. So well, we've just come across this little stream here. Obviously the water's mainly off the rainwater, but more strange enough is all the sticks are all stuck into the ground, like as if somebody's trying to do something. Don't know what, like, but bit of pallet wood here, so obviously people have been in trying to make little bridges and that. Them plastic bags, like, I found loads of them. Rooney reckons it might be for people that come in and do a bit of hunting, put all the game in it, and they just leave them here. But I'm gonna... Oh, that branch just snapped and come straight up me napper. Oh, you're not part, that's not that part. Right, is it safe out here? So in any rate, we're heading in. Goodbye civilization. So now we just need to find a nice little area with some nice moss building kit. I reckon go straight down, really. Down. Aye, drainage and all that. Right. Right. We'll just a bit more of a walk around without the packs on. We'll just dump them up the top there. Just come across these. Looks like someone's went and dug 2 big squares.
No, it is probably where there's trees and farmers. Well, again,
nah, they wouldn't do that, would they? They'd just leave it. Yeah. Strange. It looks like it's another part of the extension of that fire break that we're doing there, Rooney.
This is a different one out there.
Isn't it?
It is,
Aye, it is, because they're the ones that were there, isn't it? Yeah. Definitely glad I've got a hammock where it's like, because it's boggy as hell. But we'll just find a spot. I was hoping to find a spot with loads of moss and all that, but we can easily collect it from other areas.
We'll have a look at this.
Aye, we'll have a look down here, and if it's interesting I'll bring you back. Right, so we found a little area where we're just going to do a little bit of prepping. Got to get rid of this tree. As you can see, up on the top there, it's all dead. Alright, and there's 2 little thin ones beside it as well. We'll get them down, just so that out of the way, and we'll bit use them as well in any weight later on. As you can see, a bit further on, there's a few extra dead ones that are snapped at the middle point, so we're going to pull them to get them out of the way as well. So my sleeping area for tonight is, when I get it prepped, is chop all the little branches off this one and that one there, and I'll be facing this way. Rooney's going to be going off, I think it's this tree to that tree, and obviously we need to chop off all the little branches and all that. We've had a quick look up, and hence why we're taking away a couple of little dead ones. There's a few more here, but anything that we're chopped down, we've been utilising anyway. If it's dead, if it's not dead, we'll be using it to build something with. But I'll just put this down a bit. So this is my little Bear Grylls Gerber axe. It's a little beast. I started trying to do it on a grinder to shorten it, and I knacked it, so I stopped doing that and just went to the axe puck. So, you know, it's a good little axe. It's heavyweight. I've had it the big heavy axe getting smashed onto the top of there to get through some big logs. Smashed the other axe up, and this one didn't have any damage at all whatsoever a few years ago. And it just slices through stuff, so it's really good. I think I've used it in a couple of carving videos before. The other tool I've got is my Laplander saw, my knife, the Cecil knife that I got made by Chris, which I showed you all this on the previous video in any rate. But we're going to get prepped. Wind's starting to pick up now. There's a bit of drizzle there before. It's looking a little bit darker in the sky as well, and the time is 20 to 1. We've had a good walk around, and this is probably one of the better areas that we've found, to be quite honest. There's another area up the top there which is a bit more of a clearing, but there's a canny wide bit of water to get across, and with the size of our Bergens we're not going to get across it. So anyway, I'll stop waffling, do a little bit of prep, and I'll see you later. Now we have it. So obviously I've got my tarp in here, so I just need to centralise it a bit. So I've got it on a snake skin. Alright, it's just a 3x3 tarp. Sorry about the camera action, I'm getting hit by the legs of the tripod. Alright, so I'll just get my tarp out, and then I'll show you how it's set. Right, hello everybody. Right, I started recording myself doing my setup for my hammock and my tarp and everything, and I was just blubbering away, and I was taking us ages getting things done. I was making mistakes, so I've cut it all out of the video. So basically I'm going to show you around now what, my little area. So this is my hammocking area. Hopefully it's getting a little bit dark in here already, and it's only 2 o'clock. I think we're due, I think the storm's starting to pick up now. But anyway, I've got my 3x3 DD tarp here. Alright, and this is the TW hammock. What I'll do is I'll turn this light on, and it might brighten it up a little bit in here. So the TW hammock, in any rate, okay, comes with a fixed net and zipped. Alright, you can also use it for ground dwelling if you can't find any trees when you're out and about. It lies nice and flat. You can get 2 people in it, I believe, when it's laid flat. And it's also got a zip on the other side, which makes it a bivvy bag as well. Okay, or you can set it up like a tent form with using your poles. Obviously these are the straps that originally come with them, but I cut them off because I didn't like them. And I've got so I can't remember the names of things. I'll put it up on the screen. I've got these straps on here connected up with these shackles, my tree huggers. Okay, but what I've also got as well is a soft D-shackle as well, which like ties up on itself. Okay, and the ring, this is just to stop all the water getting in. Okay, I could have attached that onto them, but I like it hanging down for some daft reason. And obviously I've got my snake skins. There's the rain starting there now. Okay, so moving on, as you can see on the top, it has little spreader bars, a bit like the DD hammock. So it's a lot bigger than my lightweight one, so happy days. It is a bit longer as well, hence why it's just inside of the 3x3 tarp. Okay, so, and I've got my chair, my UX table. I've got the cheapy chair, which you've seen on the video anyway. So I've got a little bit of setting up to do. Roney's just about set up as well. He's got the DD hammock and frontline hammock, and it's all in the camnet in camo. All right, and then we're going to be over here. I've just put my little tarp up. We're going to have a shelter here to sit in. I'm going to bring my tables and that over on my chairs, get all set up, collect some firewood. I'm going to dig a big hole here because this is obviously pine woods. It's quite soft underfoot, so we're going to get some Rooney's got a shovel in his car now, but we forgot to bring it, so we're going to make some sort of sticks, dig a big hole. We're going to have a look around, see if there's any rocks. I can't see any at the minute, but if we have, we're going to put some on the bottom. If not, we'll adapt over somehow. And we're going to have a small fire here. It's not going to be huge. Ground's quite wet in anyway. As you can see underneath, it's quite soily. So you can see it's quite soily in any way, so we'll dig down quite deep, get rid of all the ferns and all that and all the needles. All right, so well, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Right, so obviously I've been mucking on for quite a while, getting set up. Never been in this hammock for a very long time, so I'm looking forward to a sleep in it, to see how it goes. And I'm going to get some fluids down my neck. I'm going to have a chocolate bar because I'm not eating any meals just yet. Just going to get a chocolate bar, get some fluids down my neck, and then I'm going to start sourcing some wood. Rooney's got a little silky saw. I've got my little Laplander saw, my little axe. So we should be fine getting some bits and pieces, and we'll just do a stockpile. We're not going to have a huge fire like I've just said. Waffle mode coming in. Going to do one. See you later. twat. Rooney has just now chopped his hand off. There. We've just had to rip all the first aid kit suit. Come here, you nutter. Let's have a look.
Hold on, I can see.
His brand new silky saw.
I've just proved it was sharp.
his brand new silky saw, and what he's done is he's caught it on the back end of his hand there, pumped one of his veins, so we've had to give it a good clean and that. And
just as well, I've only had AIDS once.
and
Didn't kill us the first time, it's not gonna kill us this time.
I had to get me special rubber gloves out to sort him out.
Aye. I thought he was Philip Schofield when he put them on.
Oh, Philip! Oh, he's come out, honey. I have got a little bit of blood on it, so I hope you haven't got AIDS, you twat.
I told you I've only had it once. Didn't kill
Oh,
us.
I tell you what, like,
It was a pumper.
it was a pumper, like, it was a proper squirter. This battery's going to run it now. We thought at one stage we were going to have to just leave our kit and gone. I would have just left everything, me, like, because there's no way I'm carrying 2 Bergens with. But aye, just goes to show you've got to be very careful using bushcraft tools. And before this battery goes, see you on the next clip, because he's getting a clip. Bloody idiot. Look at that. Use me dishcloth and everything. Brand spanking new dishcloth costs us at least 2p. Eh? Right. Bring us back. Oh, said it, didn't I? See yous later. Bring us back. See yous later. Bring us back. See yous later. Bring us back.
Bring you back.
Bring you back. Right. I don't know how good the light is, but we're just taking a little break from the wood prep and that. Get a hot brew down my neck. So we've both got our little stoves on. Starting to get a little bit darker now. The wind's picked up a little bit, but it's not that bad at all inside of here. You can hear it, but you kind of feel it. But there is a little bit more of a chill in the air as well. Just got a little bit more wood prep to do, but Rooney's been bored from using a saw, so we'll see how it goes. But he's well bandaged up, well cleaned up, all steriled. If he starts feeling any effects, we'll pack up and walk out. But other than that, I think it's going to be sound. Like, he's got a like a proper protective rubber glove on as well, just to keep all the moisture off and all the dirt. And then obviously we've got to check out properly tomorrow when we're going back. But other than that, happy days. We're going to stop processing loads of tiny little bits of wood. We're just going to make we're just going to feed the fire with long ones and just keep pushing them in once we get it started. We'll probably get that fire on the go in the next half an hour to an hour. Just need to get a bit more wood collected first, really, to be honest. But anyway, I'm going to get myself a cup of tea, and we'll see how it is later on. Right, so I'm going to set the fire light. This bit of wood here, I've cut it into 4, like Rooney's got the other 3 bits. This is some stuff that he done. He prepped it with, what did you do, Rooney? You put
our, like candle fluid.
Candle fluid in wax, and then dipped it all in and
boiled it in candle wax.
Boil it in candle wax. So what we're going to do is we're just going to light it with a lighter. See how it burns. I'm going to light these and all. These are the fire lighters that we only made. We're not mucking around doing bushcrafty type fire starting. Alright, we're just going to get the fire on. Well, that's catching our heat, isn't it? Right, that one's gone because I've smothered it.
What do you mean?
It's like a little Bunsen burner, that, isn't it? Right, there's your lighter backside of food, you didn't lose it.
Seems to be burning alright.
It is, like, isn't it?
I wouldn't care, mate, in the summer and all, you know.
When in the summer?
Aye, so
That's been a while again, isn't it?
So it's been standing there, so it's doing its job.
Aye. Right, well, we've got some little bits and pieces, but obviously because of the weather that we've had, this is why we're using what we're using to set the fire light. But all this stuff's up. It's, as you can hear, it's crunching because it's dry inside, but the outside of it's a little bit damp like, so I'm just going to put a little bit on at a time. And there's the rain starting. Now I can feel that rain now. Happy days, Darwin eating it. If it ain't raining, it ain't training. How many times we used to hear that, Rooney?
Too many.
Too many times. We've never done much wood prep, to be quite honest. Rooney put a stop to that.
After I
Chopped half your hand off. Oh, just now you kicked my camera. I don't even know if you can see this, you know, it's quite dark, like. Yeah. Let's put it in there, is it? I think it's just as well you bought them wax burners, like.
Well, ideal for this, aren't they?
Aye.
When you need to get a fire down south, so you have something that'll set away. Now even the little cotton bud things are good.
Especially in this weather.
But the cotton things like still take a while, they didn't have much of a flame to them.
Aye. That wood's taking a while to catch a light, like. Starting to get cold now and all. The thing is, them wax things will burn well and dry some of that wood out. As soon as I hear some cracking noises, then I'll be happy days, like. But in any rate, I'm sure you don't want to just sit and watch a fire starting like this. You can see the flames are starting to get bigger now. So I need to get to work, get this fire going properly. Otherwise, we're going to be cooking on my gas stoves the night, and I don't fancy cooking a chicken stew on that. So in any rate, adios. Right, let's turn the camera up so you can see us. Right, hello everybody. Right, we've got the fire's going sweet as a nut now, like. So I've come over to here to prep me food, and I've just put some veg into this pot. And then all I'm going to do is, I've got a couple of bits of chicken here. I'm going to slice up, put in there, add some water, and just hide on the fire. Not literally, like, hang it. So hands are minging, but it's going to get sterile in any rate, isn't it? I'll tell you what we'll do. Oh, just nice to have me thumb. Medic! Leave that on there instead of getting fresh meat all over. I'm in a right mess in here, like. I've got stuff all over the place. So, tell you what, let's turn yours down a bit so you can see. So basically I've got that meat in there. I should have been on the other side, like, so I could kneel down on the floor instead of being in the wet. Nice chunks. So we're having a little bit of a struggle with the fire, but I've been out, me and Rooney have been out and got some better bits of wood there and got it all processed. So, and it's going like a dream now. And we've got a nice little pile there, and I've got more laid over on the other side of the little stream, ready to come over once I get my food on, because it's 5 o'clock at night now. So I want to be getting this on, and I'm going to bit more work, and I'm going to crack a beer open as well, and I'm going to take my table over and my chair over to the other side, it's definitely a lot of chicken there, like a bit like last week when the other week when I had loads of beef. Let's try not to lose it this time though. So definitely not as much food in there as the last time, which is happy days. I'll get that knife a good clean. All this plastic can go on the fire later on when we're finished cooking. And I'll need to get my hands washed as well. But for now they can go on the choosers. Right, so water needs to go in. Let's put it on here. Now I've only got two litres there is, so I've used about just over half a litre already. We're having a drink of water and we're cooking. And if I can find, oh there they are. So basically in here I've got a herb pot and 2 chicken pots. Alright. So I'm just going to whack these in straight away. When I done the other ones, obviously it was a lot fuller. I didn't bother putting any salt in because I think there's enough salt in these little pots. Oh, sometimes you can put too much salt in them anyway, can't you? But I always like to put 2 of them in. With my knife, with a little bit of it, so it goes down to the bottom. And that clean my knife as well, innit? Hey, happy days. Right. Be careful of them cutting out, because this is quite sharp, this knife. Right, that's nice and dry. Put it away properly. I'll get that rubbish sorted in a minute. So that's me pot done. So all I need to do now is find me little pot hanger, put that on, and then happy days. I think I'm actually going to have to get a bit of cordage, a little stick, and make a pot hanger for the tripod. That fire's going mint, so we'll go over and have a look at the fire anyway, and we'll come back and sort this rubbish out when you're off the camera.
Pull your bits of wood off your tripod, disintegrated and was on the fire.
Oh, was it?
That was the string, I pulled it 2 off. So
oh, is it gone? Oh, well then, I'll let them make
it. Just put a bit of wood through that.
I'm going to, I'll just make it a different type.
2 bits of wood out the side. Like.
Yeah. Right, as you can see, the fire's going a dream now. Like, we've got a nice big fire. Not massive, but it's bigger than normal. So I had my tripod over, but obviously as Roney said, it's gone, like. But that fire's going a dream now. We've got these bits of wood here. We'll cut them nice long lengths. There's no point in cutting tiny little bits down. And then over there I've got a few more of the dead trees that were dead standing. I've just pushed them over, so I'll be dragging them over and cutting them up. And there's a few more just through that area there if we need them. But we've got a few of them that were on the floor actually standing up at the sides drying, and I think that the fire reflector will probably go up as well, to be quite honest. But never mind, nice and warm, so happy days. Right, I'm going to get a pot hanger sorted and then I'll bring his back. And I said that word, didn't I? Oh, there, that's my windbreak. That's my windbreak gone up. Hi, the whole lot, like. Right, we need to start getting this organised, otherwise we're going to have a bonfire on my hands. Right, I've gone for the safer option. I've decided to come to the back of the fire where it's nice and flat. I put the tripod in, and I just had a fear of the string melting and my food going all over the fire. So I've flattened out the fire at the back here, put my grill in, and then just put the pan on top of it. So that's got more than enough heat there to get my food going. Obviously to stir it, I'll just have to pick it up off the fire. But I am absolutely sweating. This fire is working a treat. It's raining, so I need to get a jacket on or something because I'm going to get soaked. But I can bring my chair and I can sit here under my little tarp, fire there, and it's nice and warm. And then all we're going to do is this big log will just get fed I'm going to move all these little logs out the way because I didn't want the fire spreading over. They were drying out, so happy days. So I'm going to do all that, and let's see how it burns like. But yeah, the heat is amazing, like. So you can see there's loads of logs in here. They're still soaking, like. Some of them are a little bit drier. That's just there. Oh yeah, fucker. Oh, that's hot underneath there. Don't touch that. That's just there just to stop the fire coming any further. And yeah, happy days, like. More than enough wood now. Rooney's opted to cook over any shelter. Oh, Roney, what do you have on the menu tonight?
Noodles, bits of beef jerky, vegetables and teriyaki sauce.
Lovely jubbly. And I've got a chicken stew getting cremated on a very, very hot fire.
Very hot fire.
Very, very hot fire.
We couldn't get a gun before.
Couldn't get a gun before, we kind of get it stopped now. But back over here, look. This is my little social area. So I think I might get a stick and put it up on this, just to lift it up a bit. So it's just resting on my head. So yeah, it's turned out to be a good night. So the floor is absolutely saturated. When I dug down, there was like pools of water appearing. It wasn't actually that thick of pine needles either. It was quite like muddy underneath. So that's happy days. But we've got a stream over just to the right hand side, and what we'll do tomorrow, I'll just get my pan and I'll just keep filling it up with water and just keep pouring loads of water on where our fire's been in the morning, like I normally do in anyway. We'll see how cold it is tomorrow morning. We might start another fire, but I very much doubt it. I think what we're going to possibly do tomorrow is get up, get our breakfast, get a brew and all that, get ourselves organised, pack our kit, see what the weather's like, whether it's going to be dry or not, and head back to the car, dump our Bergens, and then come out with just a day sack with a bit of water and that, and do a recce for some proper areas. I had loads of plans in my head. I wanted to build a little lean-to shelter and possibly sleep in that rather than my hammock. It's just time's escaped. It got dark quite quick in this woods as well because it's so condensed. So we'll leave that one for another time. It's definitely something I want to do because there's loads of moss and that up here, and even if I make a small one just for demonstration purposes to see what it's like and actually sleep in it, and then the next day just get up and dismantle it and then go home, just to make, because I've never ever made a shelter with moss and everything on the roof. So, and I want to make a tiny little one, something that can, like a shell scrape type one that can just squeeze in and survive for the night in it. Obviously I wouldn't come out and do like a survival where I come out with nothing and just a bit of tools and that. I'd come out with some water and obviously my food, because I don't do foraging. I've got no knowledge of it whatsoever, and I wouldn't want to put myself at risk. Obviously when I'm at my halt whistle site, I'll do a little bit of foraging on the rabbit side of things, but not like wild edibles like mushrooms and that. If I can't buy it in the shop, I won't eat it unless I've got someone with us who's very, very knowledgeable of wild edibles, which I've got another meet up with Rick T Outdoors, and also I've got Ant from Survive the Night coming up. I'll put links to both their channels up here and in the description. If you're not subscribed to them, go and check them out. Rick is a very, very knowledgeable bloke. He actually teaches people outdoor activities like rock climbing, canoeing, all sorts of stuff. Very knowledgeable, great person. His dog Billy is absolutely a belter dog, like absolutely amazing, very friendly as well. And he goes out with his son Charlie. They're reasonably new into the bushcraft scene, but he's coming on leaps and bounds. He's learning loads of new stuff. he's met Rick. He's been out with Rick a few times, so Rick's passing on a bit of knowledge to him. Bit like bow drill, carving, like all sorts of stuff. So that's great to see. So hence why the three are going to be meeting up, and we're going to be coming to my Halt Whistle site. But yeah, go out and check both them channels. Absolutely mint. I might start doing some shout outs for other channels as well. I don't really do it, to be quite honest, but if I think a channel's worthy, then I will do it. So anyway, enough waffling. I'm going to go and check on my scran, so I didn't want it to burn, and see you in a bit. Right, let's get some food on the go. So that's cooked already, which is happy days like, and it's looking alright. Oh, got a bit of chicken casserole there. I was going to pour it into there, but I'm not. I'm just going to eat it out of that. Oh, you can see nice big chunks of chicken, which is far too hot to put in my mouth in one go. But aye, there's me tea for the night. Oh, me and Rooney are sitting chilling. Rooney's got his food on the go, I've got mine on the go, and I'm going to crack one of these cans open, and I'm going to sit here and relax and listen to some music and chill. See us in a bit. Bring us back and all that.
Forward them fucking keeping them burners for you.
Yeah, alright on there. Alright, so me and Rooney have changed places. That's where we were sitting, but we've moved a bit closer to the fire. Oh, and that you can see is like, I'll put this light on. Whoa. Yeah, I cannot see yous, but yous can see me. I'm blinded by the light, lad. Aye, this fire's nice now, like. Oh, happy days. Rooney sat over there in the little swamp area.
A bit George Michael.
Bit George Michael, a bit wham. And I've got me back to the river, so if I fall back hour, I'm getting a wash. Because this is where the smoke isn't coming. So I have to say to come here. But as you can see, I've put my jacket and that on because we're getting cold over there, weren't we?
Aye.
Yeah.
Too far away, really.
Aye, too far away. So we're sat on top of the fire practically now. Been a bit of drizzle, but no major. Wind's picked up a little bit, but we're not getting it. We can hear it. We can hear the trees getting swayed around and that, like. But other than that, it's happy days, like. So
His hand's still on.
his hand's still on. It's not as if throbbing.
No, that's alright though.
Alright.
Alcohol.
Just a scratch, man. Know what I mean? Soft shite. I mean, it was squirting blood out a little bit, like. I was trying to get the camera out, but I had to get him sorted and all. So we should have took photographs and everything. Right. I know. So we've both had our scran anyway, and nice and full, and we're just sitting chilling, talking loads of rubbish and drinking and listening to some 80s tunes on his little digi radio, which is absolutely sound. User out in Northeast Bushcraft. I think you'll be putting a picture of it up on there on a post. It's a good little radio. I think I might have to buy one myself. And anyway, enough waffle. I'll bring this back if anything interesting happens. Right, that's the last of the fire tonight. We've still got loads of wood there over the back end, look. So it's about 9:30 at night. Rooney's knackered, like. He's been up for hours. He's had hog Lenny kip last night as well. We've had a reasonable drink. We've had a great laugh. Talking normal crap like we're normally doing anyway. I've just boiled some water there in my pan. I've still got a little bit of Jack Daniels to drink, so I'm enjoying this for this major storm that I was supposed to be out in. And I did have a bit of concern about coming out, actually, thinking about how wild the winds would be, the rain and the coldness, and do you know what it is? we're that far into the woods, it's dead calm. It's quite mild-ish, especially when you're near the fire. Right, this is definitely my last bit of videoing for the night. So I'm just pouring my hot chocolate Galaxy into there. Give that a bit of a mix in with my Baileys, just so I don't get loads of lumps. And then I'm going to top it up with hot water. Oh, look at that, man. Oh, nearly spilt it. Nearly spilt it. That's it. Nice Baileys and Galaxy hot chocolate before bed. Get this down my neck. I'm a nectar this, you know. Oh, lovely. Lovely that, like. If you've never had it, Baileys and hot chocolate before you go to bed. Lovely. I think this is the first time I've had the Galaxy hot chocolate. I normally have white hot chocolate. I normally put about two to 3 sachets in. I think this could possibly do with another sachet of hot chocolate in. I've got one, but it's for tomorrow morning. But do you know what it is? I've got tea as well, so I'm going to add another hot chocolate into this, because it is quite a big cup, and it's bloody lovely. Bloody lovely. Anyway, Rooney's snoring his head off. It's about 10 o'clock. I sat in the chair before. I must have lost one of these feet earlier on over next to the fire. So as soon as I jumped in, I sat in it, and the back leg went straight through me little magic carpet. I'm devastated, because I've had this for years, and that's the first rip ever. And obviously, as you can see, the foot's off that bit at the back, so I've just put a top underneath it. But I'm going to stop sitting on it. I'm going to sit on my hammock, and I'm going to drink this cup of hot chocolate and Baileys, and then as you can see, it's cold. I'm going to have my final pee, and I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to sit and watch some YouTube, and I'll see you in the morning. See you later. Night, everyone. Right, morning. Put this light on. Morning. It's about 7:30. It's cold. I actually had to put my softy jacket on last night. I woke up freezing. Under part of my body was cold. Me under blankets had slipped and come right around the side. Very windy last night as well. Very windy. I can still hear the wind blowing now. So obviously we got hit by the storm a little bit last night. But other than that, fantastic night, funny night, a good crack. And since I've opened the sleeping bag, I can feel the cold, like, so it's definitely a cold morning. I was going to get myself sorted, get myself woke up properly. I even put this on and everything last night. I was freezing, so definitely a cold night last night. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on first thing in the morning and get myself woke up properly. I'm going to get up, get my gas stove on, get a hot brew on, and get some porridge on first, and then I'm going to have an all day breakfast. It's just a thing out of a tin, so that's what I'm going to have anyway. Alright, so I'll get myself sorted, and I'll see you in a bit. Well, as you can see, Rooney's awake, watching TV.
LUNDY'S hammock. It's a lot later. Good morning, everybody. Well, I went back to sleep. It's 9 o'clock. And I'm definitely feeling a little bit chill. I think, yeah, me under blanket's too tight. It's not getting in a pocket of air, and that's what's keeping it cold. It's definitely getting windier, like, definitely. But not down below, but you can hear the trees going berserk. I feel like I could still go back to sleep, you know. I'm so comfy in this hammock. This hammock is much comfier than the super light DD hammock. So much comfier. Perfectly in it last night, like no cramp or nothing. Not uncomfortable. Didn't feel like I was bananaed at anything, and just so much more room. So I think I'll be using this quite a lot this year, even though it's heavy. Very comfortable. So at any rate, I'm definitely going to get my arse out of bed, get my clothes on, get a brew on. I might even just lean over, because I think it's all, yeah, it's there. It's all in touching the space. So I think I'll just put me brew on, stay in bed, get this battery charged, and have a cup of happy days. See you in a bit. Right, it's freezing. I've had a disaster. I had just enough water left now to make that hot chocolate, but I had nearly a full pot of water to make 2 brews with, and it went flying off there. This table is too slippy to cook on. It done me knacker and I was proper kicking off with myself. But now I've got my all day breakfast in there and the big pot getting made. And these legs here, I mustn't have had them out properly, because it sort of like buckled and that nearly went flying on the ground. So I've got that brew there. I've drank most of it and it's warmed us up. But I tell you what, it's bloody cold this morning. And these trees, they've just started calming down a bit, but before I was standing watching them where you can see them up there. I don't know if you can catch them on the camera, like. But the wind's calmed down, you can't hear it as much now, but before it was blowing a gale, like. And it's Baltic. I'm really cold. Getting a snotty nose and everything. Colder now than what it was last night. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to finish my brew, get that warm feeling back inside my body, get my food, and I'm going to start thinking about packing camp up. I'll just quickly take it down and show you something as well. I'll come down to have a look at the fire to see if it had any warmthness in it, and it's dead as a dodo, and I haven't put any water or anything on it. And as you can see, the ground's that saturated where we are. Look at that. That's where the fire's been. And there's that much water in the ground, so that tells me that happy days. I haven't got to worry about any heat source being underneath the fire, like. So look at this, it's just saturated. Look at that. So I'm happy with that, like. It was a good call. It's just proper. It's just muddy as hell. Water is out, so that's a good thing. Having fires in here, you haven't got to worry about the burning the ground. Obviously, because of all the rain we've had lately, over the wintry months. We've still got a bit of tidying up to do in here though. Like, we'll tidy all that area up once we're finished having all wash gran and things. I've got me mask thing on. I tell you what, I had this on last night. I found it cold inside my hammock. My under blanket was just too tight. But what I had done yesterday, see these, I'd done a double loop in them, and I think that was my problem. It's pulled it up far too tight. So lesson learned. And anyway, first time I've ever slept in a hammock with me softy jacket on. But anyway, I can see my food starting to steam away like mad, so I need to give it a stir. So, see
Oh, me check.
Oh well then, I'm just about packed. I've just done about 3 minutes of talking on camera and didn't even have the button pressed. So we've just had a big flurry of snow come. So you can see it all on the top there. Oh, it's a bit more like hailstone. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We've just been proper chilling, having cups of tea and hot chocolate and coffee and that, with Rooney's water because I spilt the last of mine. As you can see, Rooney's collecting these little bits of snow. So, but we're nearly done. We're nearly packed up. I'm gonna all these black bags, they're like heavy duty black bags. Pardon me. So I'm gonna flatten them all out, and I'm gonna stuff them on the back of my Bergen and carry them out with us as well. I'm not leaving them lying around. We've got some tins to pick up over the end. Still got to sort the fire area out. I've got my little poo bag there that I need to sort out with my toilet roll in. I'll just put that in with that other tin there, which is my all day breakfast tin, and that'll just get put on the top of my Bergen. So, like I say, it's 12 o'clock. We'll probably be back at the car by about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. See where we're going, see what the weather's like. As you can see, it's snowing. Hurrah! We don't know what it's like outside the woods because it looks a bit rough on the tops of the trees earlier on and throughout the night. Had the radio on earlier and it says that the country's been proper hammered by severe gale force winds and rain and everything. And I think we've been quite sheltered in here, to be quite honest. I think if we had done a tent camp and been on the hills, we would have been done in like. So I think we made the right choice.
Choose your camp wisely.
Choose your camp wisely, Rooney says, and that's so true. All right then, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get on with packing up, and then once we're all done and tied up, I'll take you quickly around the little area that we've been, showing you that we've leaving no trace. Okay, and see you in a bit. Right then, so that's us all packed away now. Rooney's just finishing up, he's strapping up of his Bergen over the back end there. I've got all the rubbish in them bags, and then all the bags that we had brought from another location further up that someone had kindly left in the woods. So I've got all them packed onto my Bergen. As you all know, if I see crap lying around, I pick it up and I carry it out with us, even if it's not mine. But in any way, hey, the snow keeps on coming and going. So that's where Rooney's pitch was. You can see the line of snow there where he's had his top. All right, looks like we've got a big line of something ready to get the rolled up tabs out tea, rolled up notes tea. See, I didn't even know what I'm talking about because I don't do things like that. I don't know why I'm even talking about shit like that. And anyway, Rooney's got a steak there, so he's going to eat that raw on the way home. Oh, down to the fire area. Do you know where it is yet? Can you see it? Can you see me fire area anywhere? Can you? Obviously, I've piled up the bits of wood that we had left over so that they'll stay dryish if I come back to this location. That's where our fire was, down there. Oh, all nice and tidy. So I had the little top set up. All right. Obviously, there's loads of broken trees around down here, and anyway, actually, that one's come off the tree last night because that wasn't there yesterday, I don't think, and it's stuck into the ground. Oh, aye, not a bad little area. Happy days, like. You feeding the animals with your steak?
Aye.
Good lad. We aye. Oh, I just found me paracord. I wondered where that went.
Your what?
Me paracord. I was wondering where that other bit went. I've just found it. See? I'll just put that in my pocket. It's a bit wet like, but I'll put it in my pocket. So at any rate, we're going to have a walk out. Obviously I'll bring you back. It's not right at the end of the video, but we're getting near the end. Alright, so if you're still watching it, thank you very much. I don't know how it's going to work out. Different locations, different setups, different types of videos, isn't it really? So anyway, I'll stop waffling because I've got to get this on me back. Oh, we're going up there first. Aye, well, we'll stash our Bergens somewhere near them trees. Not that anybody's going to be huge, I don't think. But we're going for a walk, and I'll bring his back when we get there, because we're going to check somewhere out to put our lanchans in. Right, we're back out into the Wales. It's blowing a gale now. Aye, definitely a change out in the open. Oh, time to wrap up a bit. It's snowing and blowing a gale. Very Rooney lad. Happy days. There's a couple of miles in this. Well, not even that, is it? Walking in this wind, blowing in your face isn't fun. Just saying to Rooney there, I'm glad we haven't got to walk uphill. Not yet in any way. We'll have a little bit on the way back to the car on the main road. But what a difference it is compared to being inside of them tree line. I didn't really notice the strong winds in there much, did we? Oh, but aye. Definitely blowing a gale out here, like. Oh well, back to the car. I'm all the way down the bottom there, a couple of hills to walk up. I tell you what, that wind is freezing on your face, and it's like walking against someone pushing you. Them hills, like, especially this Bergen weight doesn't weigh any lighter. You've really said the same about his. I think it's because the amount of water that's on my gear and all the bits of crap that were picked up off other people. But time to get this weight off me back. We're going to have a little brekkie down to another area. Can I see there's a cafe down the bottom and all somewhere in the little village. Get ourselves a brew, possibly get a bacon sandwich or something. We'll just play it by ear, see what happens. But this might be the end, it might not be. So if it is the end, thanks for watching. If not, I'll see you in a bit. Puff drinks, the traditional drink. When we get back to Rooney's car. I'm just going to step away with my Bergen's still on my shoulders. Right. The bar's open. Yeah. Extra water, and I'll need alcohol for a change. There's normally about 20 odd cans of beer in. Anyway, back to sitting doing with this Bergen on, getting it off my shoulders. Woo!